Good morning and howdy, my dear friends. Hey, as we read through the Bible together in 2023, and I hope you got your Bible in your hand open to 2 Samuel, because we're fixing to start reading in chapter 17. We're going to do 17 and 18 today. They're both 30 something verses long each, so I'll just do two. I got the house all clean again and looking pretty. It's so pretty, if I was in the market, I might buy it myself, but I already own it, so I don't have to worry about that. I got the yard looking good. The yard looks really good. I might do a video of it sometime. So I'm just sitting here waiting. And they told me they want me out of the house when the realtor and the prospective buyers come. I don't understand that. If I was buying a house, I'd like to meet the present owners and talk to them, but they want me out of the house. I don't feel like going anywhere. Don't feel like getting the truck out of the garage. And so I told them I'll just get my lawn chair and go sit behind the garage so they can't see me. So I reckon that's what I'll be doing. But it got cold again, y'all. Yesterday it was 91 degrees, and I don't remember, for y'all on the wrong side of the world, I don't remember what it is in Celsius, but yesterday was a nice warm day, the kind of weather I like. Now, I was surprised my bald head didn't get sunburned out there mowing and trimming weeds and such as that, but it didn't. It was, when I shaved this morning, it was a little bit tender, but I don't see any red up there. I didn't wear a hat or nothing. But this morning it is cold again, really cold. I got on this long sleeve t-shirt, and even with it on, I'm cold. So it's kind of weird. You use the air conditioner one day and the heater the next day. So I'm so tight with my money, I don't use either one. When it's hot, I sweat, and when it's cold, I shiver. When it's cold, I wrap up in blankets or heavy clothes. But everything's going to be all right, y'all. We're so near the end that I can smell it. I hope y'all do too, and I hope you're ready for it. Because in the twinkling of an eye, it's going to happen. Just don't know which twinkling of the eye it's going to happen at, but it is near, 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 near. Alrighty, y'all. Get your helmet on. Fasten your seatbelts. Here we go. 2 Samuel. And I'm enjoying I'm enjoying the books of Samuel. I hope y'all are too. Moreover, okay, the parts that I don't enjoy is right here, trying to pronounce these names. Ahithophel. Moreover, Ahithophel said unto Absalom, Let me now choose out 12 men, and I will arise and pursue after David this night. That's going to be a wasted trip, y'all. I can tell you that without even reading the next little bit. And I will come upon him while he is weary and weak-handed, and will make him afraid. Make him afraid. When David was a little boy, he wasn't afraid of the giant that all the armies was afraid of. Why does this guy think he's going to make David afraid? That's a joke. I will come upon him while he is weary and weak-handed, and will make him afraid, and all the people that are with him shall flee, and I will smite the king only. Well, let's see how this story ends up, y'all. And I will bring back all the people unto thee. The man whom thou seekest is as if all returned. So all the people shall be in peace. And the saying pleased Absalom well, and the elders and all the elders of Israel. Then said Absalom, Call now Hushai the Archite also, and let us hear likewise what he saith. And when Hushai was come to Absalom, Absalom spake unto him, saying, Ahithophel hath spoken after this manner. Shall we do after his saying? If not, speak thou. And Hushai said unto Absalom, The counsel that Ahithophel hath given is not good at this time. For, said Hushai, thou knowest thy father and his men, that they be mighty men, and they be shaft in their minds, as a bear robbed of her whelps in the field, and thy father is a man of war, and will not lodge with the people. Behold, he is hid now in some pit, or in some other place, and it will come to pass, when some of them be overthrown at the first, that whosoever heareth it will say, There is a slaughter among the people that follow Absalom. And he also that is valiant, though whose heart is as the heart of a lion, shall utterly melt. For all Israel knoweth that thy father is a mighty man, and they which be with him are valiant men. Therefore I counsel that all Israel be generally gathered unto thee, from Dan even to Beersheba, as the sand that is by the sea for multitude, and that thou go to battle in thine own person. So shall we come upon him in some place where he shall be found, and we will lighten upon him as the dew falleth on the ground, and of him and of all the men that are with him there shall not be left so much as one. Moreover, if he be gotten into a city, then shall all Israel bring ropes to that city, and we will draw it into the river until there will not be one small stone found there. And Absalom and all the men of Israel said, The counsel of Hushai the Archite is better than the counsel of Ahithophel. For the Lord had appointed to defeat the good counsel of Ahithophel, to the intent that the Lord might bring evil upon Absalom. Then said Hushai unto Zadok and to Abiathar the priest, Thus and thus did Ahithophel counsel Absalom and the elders of Israel, and thus have I counseled. Now therefore send quickly and tell David, saying, Lodge not this night in the plains of the wilderness, but speedily pass over, lest the king be swallowed up, and all the people that are with him. Now Jonathan and Ahimaaz stayed by in Rogel, for they might not be seen to come into the city. And a wench went and told them, and they went and told King David. Nevertheless, a lad saw them and told Absalom. But they went both of them away quickly, and came to a man's house in Bahurim, which had a well in his court, whither they went down. And I need a sip of coffee here, y'all. And I'm drinking a Wild Mountain blueberry coffee this morning. It is delicious. I don't like it often. I wouldn't want it every day, but every now and then it is delicious. Wild Mountain blueberry. My favorite is still dark roast. All right. And the woman I don't remember. I don't remember if I read verse 18, so I'm going to read it. And if it's rereading it, I apologize. My memory's about that long these days. Nevertheless, a lad saw them. Oh yeah, I read that one. Forget that. My memory just came back. And a woman took and spread a covering over the well's mouth and spread ground corn thereon, and the thing was not known. And when Absalom's servants came to the woman to the house, they said, Where is Ahimaaz and Jonathan? And the woman said unto them, They be gone over the brook of water. And when they had sought and could not find them, they returned to Jerusalem. And it came to pass, after they were departed, that they came up out of the well and went and told King David, and said unto David, Arise and pass quickly over the water, for thus hath Ahithophel counseled against you. Then David arose, and all the people that were with him, and they passed over Jordan by the morning light. There lacked not one of them that was not gone over Jordan. And when Ahithophel saw that his counsel was not followed, he saddled his ass and arose and gat him home to his house, to his city, and put his household in order, and hanged himself, and died, and was buried in the sepulchre of his father. No comment. I started to elaborate, but I won't. Verse 24 of 17. Then David came to Mahanaim, and Absalom passed over Jordan, he and all the men of Israel with him. And Absalom made Amasa captain of the host instead of Joab, which Amasa was a man's son, whose name was Ithra, an Israelite, and went into Abigail, the daughter of Nahash, sister to oh goodness gracious, y'all. Zeruiah, Joab's mother. So Israel and Absalom pitched in the land of Gilead. And it came to pass when David was come to Mahanaim that Shobi, the son of Nahash of Rabath of the children of Ammon, and Maker, the son of Amiel, and Lodibar, and Barzillai, and Gileadite of the Gileadite of Rogelim, brought beds and basins and earthen vessels and wheat and barley and flour and parched corn and beans and lentils and parched pulse and honey and butter and sheep and cheese of kine for David and for the people that were with him to eat. Goodness gracious, y'all. That verse there made me hungry. For they said, the people is hungry. This people is hungry. I wasn't before I read that, but now I'm hungry. The people is hungry and weary and thirsty in the wilderness. Chapter 18 of 2 Samuel. And David numbered the people that were with him, and set captains of thousands and captains of hundreds over them. And David sent forth a third part of the people unto the hand of Joab, and a third part under the hand of Abishai, the son of Zeruiah, that's that word I can't pronounce, Zeruiah, Joab's brother, and a third part under the hand of Ittai the Gittite. And the king said unto the people, I will surely go forth with you myself also. But the people answered, Thou shalt not go forth, for if we flee away, they will not care for us, neither if half of us die will they care for us. But now thou art worth 10,000 of us. Therefore now it is better that thou succor us out of the city. And the king said unto them, What seemeth you best, I will do. And the king stood by the gate side, and all the people came out by hundreds and by thousands. And the king commanded Joab and Abishai and Ittai, saying, Deal gently for my sake with the young man, even with Absalom. And all the people heard when the king gave all the captains charge concerning Absalom. So the people went out into the field against Israel, and the battle was in the wood of Ephraim. When the people of Israel were slain before the servants of David, and there was a great slaughter that day of 20,000 men. For the battle was there scattered over the face of all the country, and the wood devoured more people that day than the sword devoured. And Absalom met the servants of David, and Absalom rode upon a mule, and the mule went under the thick boughs of a great oak, and his head caught hold of the oak, and he was taken up between the heaven and the earth, and the mule that was under him went away. And a certain man saw it, and told Joab, and said, Behold, I saw Absalom hanged in an oak. And Joab said unto the man that told him, And behold, thou sawest him, and why didst thou not smite him there to the ground? And I would have given thee 10 shekels of silver and a girdle. We all need 10 shekels of silver and a girdle. And the man said unto Joab, Though I should receive 1,000 shekels of silver in mine hand, yet would I not put forth mine hand against the king's son. For in our hearing the king charged thee and Abishai and Ittai, saying, Beware that none touch the young man Absalom. Otherwise I should have wrought falsehood against mine own life, for there is no matter hid from the king, and thou thyself wouldst have set thyself against me. Then said Joab, I may not tarry thus with thee. And he took 3 darts in his hand, and thrust them through the heart of Absalom while he was yet alive in the midst of the oak. All right, that Wild Mountain Blueberry coffee is gone. And 10 young men that bare Joab's armor compassed about, and smote Absalom, and slew him. And Joab blew the trumpet, and the people returned from pursuing after Israel, for Joab held back the people. And they took Absalom, and cast him into a great pit in the wood, and laid a very great heap of stones upon him, and all Israel fled, every one to his tent. Y'all, this is good stuff. I hope y'all enjoy reading God's holy word as much as I do. I really enjoy reading God's word. Okay, verse 18 in chapter 18. Now Absalom in his lifetime had taken and reared up for himself a pillar which is in the king's dale, For he said, I have no son to keep my name in remembrance. And he called the pillar after his own name, and it is called unto this day Absalom's place. Then said Ahimaaz, the son of Zadok, let me now run and bear the king tidings, how that the Lord hath avenged him of his enemies. And Joab said unto him, Thou shalt not bear tidings this day, but thou shalt bear tidings another day. But this day thou shalt bear no tidings, because the king's son is dead. Then said Joab to Cushi, Go tell the king what thou hast seen. And Cushi bowed himself unto Joab and ran. Then said Ahimaaz, the son of Zadok, yet again to Joab, But howsoever, let me, I pray thee, also run after Cushi. And Joab said, Wherefore wilt thou run, my son, seeing that thou hast no tidings ready? But howsoever, said he, let me run. And he said unto him, Run. Then Ahimaaz ran by the way of the plain and overran Cushi. How would you like to be named Cushi? I don't think I'd like that. And David sat between the two gates, and the watchman went up to the roof over the gate unto the wall, and lifted up his eyes and looked, and behold, a man running alone. And the watchman cried and told the king, and the king said, If he be alone, there is tidings in his mouth. And he came apace and drew near. And the watchman saw another man running. And the watchman called unto the porter and said, Behold, another man running alone. And the king said, He also bringeth tidings. And the watchman said, Methinketh the running of the foremost is like the running of Ahimaaz the son of Zadok. And the king said, He is a good man, and cometh with good tidings. And Ahimaaz called and said unto the king, All is well. And he fell down to the earth upon his face before the king, and said, Blessed be the Lord thy God, which hath delivered up the men that lifted up their hand against my lord the king. And the king said, Is the young man Absalom safe? And Ahimaaz answered, When Joab sent the king's servant and me, thy servant, I saw a great tumult, but I knew not what it was. And the king said unto him, Turn aside and stand here. And he turned aside and stood still. And behold, Cushi came, and Cushi said, Tidings, my lord the king, for the Lord hath avenged thee this day of all them that rose up against thee. And the king said unto Cushi, Is this young man Absalom safe? And Cushi answered, The enemies of my lord the king, and all that rise up against thee to do thee hurt, be as that young man is. And the king was much moved, and he went up to the chamber over the gate and wept. And as he went, thus he said, O my son Absalom, my son Absalom, would God I had died for thee, O Absalom, my son, my son. Yeah, we're at 25 minutes. I better shut it off there. That's chapter 17 and 18 of 2 Samuel. Friends, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. And I noticed I've got a lot of comments I need to respond to. And I'm going to start that right as soon as I get this video uploading. And I'm not going to hang around YouTube too long because I got more stuff to do before the people that wants to look at my house come. So y'all have a wonderful evening, wonderful morning, wonderful afternoon. You pick your choice of any of the above for where you're at. And know that each and every one of you are in my prayers every day. All of you, at least once a day. Some of y'all multiple times a day. Because of stuff going on in your life and in your body. So a lot of y'all are in my prayers numerous times a day. I do love y'all. I do appreciate y'all. And y'all just keep on hanging out with Stan here, all right? Tell other people about hanging out with Stan. Hanging out with Stan doesn't care about numbers. I don't even know what my numbers are. I just want people to know the Lord. And I share the Lord right here every day. And that's what people need more than they need anything else. So y'all bring people over here, okay? And if you're not subscribed to my channel, do it. I'm not going to monetize. Never will. I'm not planning on it. If I ever do, whatever money I make, I will give to those in need. But at this time, I have no intent of ever monetizing. But I do want subscribers. I do want comments. I do want thumbs up and all that good stuff so that my videos can get higher and higher and higher up and people can find it and come here and get to know Jesus. There's a lot of people talking about Jesus on YouTube and on social media that don't have a clue who Jesus is, and they're leading people astray. I want people here because I don't veer to the left or to the right from what God's holy word says. And that's what people needs. And there's not many like me that does that. Most people has to go a little bit over this way or a little bit over that way. None of them goes right down that straight and narrow path. Bring them. Let's get the truth in them. They need to be saved. This is a wicked, evil, perverse generation we live in. But God is in control. Nothing happens that surprises God. I guarantee you that. There's a lot happens that surprises me. It shouldn't, but it does. Anyway, I'll let y'all go. I do love y'all. I do appreciate y'all. God bless each and every one of you.